So I'm going to ask you a couple of questions, basically in a follow-up to when you were learning to ride and everything like that.
Alright, just make sure your mic is close to your face so I can hear you while we're going this fast.
Alright, doing about 50. There we go. So, how was it? How easy was it for you to learn to ride?
It's fairly easy. I mean, then again, I'm kind of a fast learner. Like, once I pick up on something, it's fast, go. And if I'm not doing it right, well, then I'll fix it if somebody points it out.
Yeah.
All in all, it's not that bad. I like it. The fact that I picked up on it is so fast is strange, but I'm just surprised. I'm actually surprised that you guys let me go out on my own after like 2 months.
Well, it took we had to go riding with you for a few times and like just make sure that you're okay on the road, but then after that I still got nervous. I still do get nervous when you're out riding on your own, but the thing is that that's my problem, because that's not yours, because so far you've survived and you've done all right. As long as you've got your camera on and we can review the video afterwards and point out anything that you've made mistakes on, or you know, things that you might have done wrong, that we can just like say, hey, what you're supposed to do is this, don't do that, because it's, you know, here's the reason why.
Yeah.
You know, we never really need to tell you more than once, and so, you know, I still get nervous because there are arseholes on the road that we've got to be careful about, but personally myself, you know, I think you're doing fantastic. I'm incredibly proud of how far you've come, and considering that, like, you know, when I was your age, when I was learning to ride, the hardest thing to me was the clutch.
Oh, that's just all memory muscle to me now.
Yeah.
And I like how, like, before, like when I was driving in the car, like, you know, like first time learning driving in the car, how I would look around, but I wouldn't look around as much as I would on the bike.
Yeah.
And let me go down a gear.
Nice.
And
nice turning here.
And when I'm doing a turn, I look as far as I can to make sure that I'm safe, while as in a car, I still don't feel like I'm as safe as when I'm on a bike, and that's just because I can move the bike with my body and it'll respond, but moving the car with my body it just can't.
So what you're saying is that it's easier to ride a motorcycle than it is to drive a car?
Yeah. Even
though in a car you've got 4 wheels, you've got a steering wheel, you just put it into D, point it in the right direction, and then press down on the pedal on the right. Yeah,
but in the car, you know, as us motorcyclists say, we're in a cage. You don't... In a car, it's more hard to maneuver around things, like whether, like if there's like a dead animal on the road, you just drive over it. But if there's a car pulling out, you have to like swerve completely different than a motorcyclist would. Like a motorcyclist would swerve around and then get back onto the track, while as a car, you have another side to be responsible for. Right. You have, instead of it just you or the person behind you, like directly behind you, you also have off to the left of you. I mean, off to the right of you.
Right.
And you have to be responsible for that side as well. And if you swerve, you have to make sure that you swerve and for the whole car to be safe. And then the fact that it's hard to recover from that in a car, while it's on a motorcycle, it's just swerve and then get back into where you were.
Yeah. So basically, if I'm hearing you right, what you're saying is because you've got more control, or you've got more dangers and basically more areas where you have to pay attention to, you're safer because you have to pay that much more attention.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see that.
And a lot of people at my school say, but isn't it dangerous to ride a motorcycle? And I go, yes, but it's less dangerous than being in a car, because that's how I view it. I mean, a lot of people, if they were to hop on a bike right now, like they wouldn't, they still need to learn how to drive it, how to maneuver it, how to pull the clutch and the brakes at just all at once, and
Well, all the cars in America, they're all automatic transmissions anyway.
Yeah, but if somebody will hop onto a bike who had no experience, they would have trouble. Unless you had like unless you like looked online, see like what to do, when to do it, how to do it, and then go out and practice it, then that'd be okay. But I think it's better that I had you guys to teach me how to do it. But if they were to hop onto a bike, they wouldn't know the first thing to do, and that puts them more at risk than them having somebody there helping them on how to do it.
Right. Well, someone helping them is more where you were going.
Yeah. My point is that I do my best to explain this to the kids who ask me, isn't it more dangerous to ride than just drive? And this is only in my opinion.
Though I think to your point, I would say that you've got two chances if you hit a danger. If you're in a car, you know, you can either slam on your brakes and hope for the best, or if you're on a motorcycle, you've got more ability to swerve out of the way. So it kind of evens itself out.
Yeah.
I think that's where you're going with this. So when you were learning to ride, what did you think of me and your mum teaching you? How was that?
You guys kept on reiterating things, and I mean, I'm just the kind of person that that doesn't like repetitive things, but I get that it was for the best. But I'm really happy that Mom and you were able to help me, because if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be in motorcycles in the first place. I wouldn't have trusted myself on a motorcycle at all at any point in my life. If it wasn't for you guys and showing me and teaching me and helping me along the way, I wouldn't be as confident as I was when I was first beginning, and being on my own, that would have been a scary process.
Did you think when you were like 15 or 14, did you ever think that you'd ever be on the back of a bike?
No, I actually hated motorcycles. You know this. I actually hated motorcycles. I didn't even like the idea of my mom being on one again. I didn't like the idea of if there was a crash or something that I'd lose either of you. I didn't like it. But now that I'm actually riding and I'm seeing for myself, this is a whole lot safer than being in just a car crash. I mean, there are idiots out there, and God forbid, yeah, there are idiots out there, but seriously, this is just safer. Again, in my opinion.
Well, you know, it's safety's like twofold. Safety in as much as you can shield yourself from danger, or you can avoid danger.
Yeah.
I think it's even Stevens, you know, as much as you know, biking and all that. It's just that if something does happen, say you do connect with another vehicle, the chances are that you would come off worse. Like, I think it's like the difference between driving any a car and flying an airplane. You're far safer flying an airplane, but if an airplane does crash, you're less likely to survive it.
Yeah.
Whereas in a car, you know, you're far more likely to crash in a car.
I hope I didn't hit that butterfly.
But you're more likely to survive it. So that's the main thing I think you're getting at.
And the fact that I might be getting my pilot's license next summer before I'm even 18. Woo!
That would be so awesome.
That would be awesome. I would have proved everybody wrong. Like, oh, you can't do this. Oh, you're worthless. I don't give a shit. I got a pilot's license and a motorcycle endorsement. Can't tell me I'm worthless after I've worked this hard to get that crap.
Yeah, but no one's ever told you you're worthless.
Oh, don't even go there.
Well, we're certainly not me and your mum.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying like other people, like I don't give a crap about what they say, but I mean, like, being called worthless, that kind of hurts. But I'm proving them wrong right now by just doing this. By riding a motorcycle, by being an ROTC, getting on the challenge team, being in model rocketry, well, teaching model rocketry, literal rocket science.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm proving everybody wrong.
Cool. Well, that's the thing to do. If your happiness makes people miserable, then you know what? That's the best kind of revenge. Oh, we're totally clear. I'm just bombing through. The 250 that you rode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you're never going to get on that bike again.
Nope.
I mean, that's obvious.
Yep.
Though you didn't mind that bike when you were first riding it. So I know you're riding something bigger and better now, but what did you really think of the 250 at the time that you were riding it?
Okay, as I was practicing on it, I loved that little bike. Don't get me wrong, I'm always gonna love it, but right now, like, I hate it. It's a hate-love relationship with it. With all the memories I had on it, with you guys teaching me, with Dad chasing me around the Central Lake parking lot. It was nice to know that's my starting bike, that I went from a Yamaha VSTAR 250 to a Kawasaki Vulcan 650. Just the memories of it is nice.
Well, you certainly know the difference to it in the handling now.
Yeah.
So what do you think is the big difference in the handling between your 250 and the Vulcan S? I mean, you had a lot of fun on that bike. That's the important thing. Would you recommend that bike to someone who was learning to ride?
For someone who is learning, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a nice, smooth bike. Unless you're doing it wrong, it barely stalls. It rides comfortably. Its seat is very comfortable. The clutch, depending on how short-fingered you are, I'd have to bend it in like you did.
Yeah, I had to straighten it a little bit so your fingers could reach it.
Yeah.
Well, that's one of the good things about the Vulcan S. It's got the adjustable levers, so you don't have to do that. You can just set yours to number 5 and you're good.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd recommend it to somebody who's learning.
Let us know what you think in the comments. Like and subscribe. There's a subscription button down there. And there's some extra videos over there if you want to check them out. Have a good one. Stay safe.